Hello, hello. So today we're gonna talk about burnout, and I do have some interesting facts here because it happened to myself. And if happened to myself, someone that it's inside what many people call the first way to, hold on just a second, I'm gonna put this here. Oh, I was trying to do everything, I'm in Brazil, so unfortunately, I'm not used to. So the internet here, the 5G doesn't really work that well. And uh, when they're doing live, I just learned that. So that's why I ended up getting a little confused. Everything is getting fine now, fine. So here, yeah, I'm just trying to put this, but I can't. So that's fine. Well, so I'm gonna read some interesting facts because basically what happened to me was I the burnout term, it has been very much, I have to say, pretty much everyone has it because this is something that is going on in the life that you're living and people are not paying attention. Or if people pay attention, it's very easy to say, but it's a kind of hard to do something because we we made it we make it legit. And in my case, I have a spa, and what I tell everyone to do was exactly what I wasn't doing. And the fact that I was, I became obsessed with my work because I see how much I was bringing to everyone, and I start to question myself like, this is amazing. And at some point, I was sleeping 3 hours per night, and and then before I knew, I was in the highest level of burnout that my, thank God, this happened on September 3rd. My, my lead statistician was there with me for one reason. Look how crazy this was. I was working the entire day, and at night I was doing lives with her because I was treating some condition that she had. And my approach is make your lipid barrier strong, and your skin is going to self-regulate. What is all legit, it's all great. But it was until like 4 a.m. and this became like a daily thing. And until on September 3rd, I, I, I had a blackout. I had a blackout, and then I fell. And when I say that I was lucky, it's the first time that I'm actually talking about this. It's the first time that I am again doing what I like to do because I am an educator and I have been studying so much because this makes me feel great. And this is, in my opinion, and I really would love to, to have other opinions because we do not talk about this. And I have been reading so much, and and I will give some data that it's incredible. We are living in a moment that 50% of every 50% of the workforce in the US is burnout. This is a fact. And 93% of the health, in the health industry, it is burnout. And then I was thinking, why? And I'm like, because you have to really love what you do, and you feel even guilty if somebody needs you and you cannot do it, when no is freedom. And this is, and it is amazing, because I start to see that say no, it's not an option in this case, because if you do, you are not a good person, a kind of. But this is in my mind. No one says, this is not that people are saying that. And this is the first thing. We need to talk, this kind of conversations, and that's why I am doing the first one. And the first one for myself, because we are not talking about this. Actually, I read as well that Jay-Z and Jay, I don't even know how to classify anymore, but they are the base, they are the ones that they will probably, all of you that is watching me, I can be your grandpa, you are the one that you're going to take care of us. And you are already burned out. And there are many phases of burned out. Why I say that? Because this is the same principle that people that abuse has. They are, no, it's totally fine, because there are many kinds of abuse. Abuse is not only when you beat someone or when you call someone something. No, abuse is when you daily say something that you know that you're hurting somebody. And because this happened to me too. And it is, and the abuser doesn't know. And this is going on, and we are just accepting. So what we are living these days, it's pretty much, I think it's a lack of communication. Why? Because if you are a business owner in America, you know what I'm saying. This is for you, and this is for us, because you have to do everything, and it's not, there's no option. And after the pandemic, the things went out of control, because you don't really can rely on anyone. And if you have a business, what are you going to say? No, it's closed. And it's amazing, because what I try to make them, because, I came from corporations and I am used to that, and I'm consistent, I'm committed, and what I try to make them understand is that, listen, you don't go to Walmart at 4 p.m. and it's closed because maybe no one is there. The principle is the same, and it doesn't change. And this is what really comes to the main thing of burnout. We have another thing that I was seeing is like meetings. I do not have meetings in my company. I have when I want to address something, I call them personally, and to say something amazing, I just say. Meetings, we have, it's insane, but a manager in an average company does 17 meetings a week. 17 meetings a week is more than one a day. How can you be productive? So then we ended up falling in the same situation over and over. I'm going to put my glass because I want to read that. Ah, você também é do Brasil. Thank you. Yeah, it's my style. So I hope that you go to Miami. And well, I am in Rio now. Nice to meet you, Paloma. And so I mean, and the great thing is not the great, but it doesn't matter anymore if you are in America, in Brazil. The burnout is real. And what we're gonna do about it? Because there's no plan. It's like it's a burnout and you just have to deal with that when should be totally different. I think that we need, well, I actually have the answer because when I fell, literally, I passed out. I was unconscious, and thank God, my employee was, she was there with me. And at that time, I just put my hands and I saw that I was full of blood. And when you are in this situation, you don't even think. You just want to get out of that situation, but you can't because you have literally, you can't. The first thing that I said was, I was and I wanted to go home. This was 2 a.m. Then we went home. I booked my trip to Brazil. I had, if you see the picture, that is myself. And I have so many other pictures. I have to give more than 20 stitches here. And not only that, when you hit your head, you have to go to the hospital, you have to do thermography, you have to do everything. And then you start to see that your life is not a healthy life. So then, because of all of this, when I am inside a spa every day, I tell people every day, self-care, because this is self-care. Actually, self-care is the number one way that you have to fight burnout. And if we think about it, it makes so much sense because busy people never have time. You're never going to find the time. You make the time. If you want to do something, you do. If you don't, you find an excuse. And find an excuse for us should not be an option anymore. That's why I will fight a lot for any cause. And I am doing this live. It's going to be the first one because I'm searching for people just like myself, like leaders that is trying to, when I say leader, you can be in a company and be a leader. You are, there's no way that somebody can be working in a company having average in a year, a manager has 400 meetings. Are all these meetings productive? Or you do like Elon Musk. You know what he does? When he needs a meeting, he gets everything that is going to be a decision maker. He put everyone together. And then he says, okay, now we're going to have a meeting. Because if you don't have everyone that you need in a meeting, it's pointless. You're wasting your time and people's time. So that moment should be for you to really be productive. That's when I say, if you are Elon Musk, he put everyone together and then he does the meeting. Fine. Just for you to have an idea, when I was writing down, I wrote for me, was very intense because I couldn't believe that this was happening. So the burnout became a crisis in America already. This is a crisis and it's happening. It's in a self-denial, but this is happening. And I I did this. So I don't even know if this person is here anymore. But anyways, so 2/3 of the leaders in America is burned out. 2/3. So if this is not a crisis, what it is? 2/3. These people, they have, I include myself, you have family, you have friends. I mean, you apparently you don't anymore, and you have your life high, and you just don't realize that. So then we are living a moment now that we are literally in a situation that you have the AI going on 47. So I am in this a kind of, I'm trying to catch up because it is so much going on, and I cannot even compete with my nephew that he is 7 years old. You know, he goes with his feet. That's the way that he learned. Like, you know, it's so fast. And his head is already totally, you know, his mindset, everything is great. And so then you have this workforce, and these people are struggling. I include myself because I try to do everything. I don't really try to do everything. This is a lie, because my father says, don't be a duck. You know, like the duck, try to fly, you don't do anything right. What I think is, you do not, that as you learn, life does not get easier, you get stronger. Because what people try to do, and that's pretty amazing for me, is when you are in your, you know, it's at some point to be in a situation that they need you, and this is in the past because this is changing now. But my point is, let's go back. 2/3 of leaders are struggling. And then when you have, like, in percent, 73% of sales, marketing. So why this is happening is the AI, because this generation, my generation, is trying to fight, trying to really be that force, to be there. And this is what is, and I don't think people are seeing that. I know because I didn't. I was for 3 years, and I had to literally almost break my face, and I'm still, well, luckily, I am treating my face. So I had, you know, this was only 2 weeks ago, and if you see, I had like stitch all over my face, and I have to catch a plane. So it was, I did that because I am from Brazil, and my doctor is here. She's like my sister, and I feel good because at this time you are vulnerable too. So I was in my clinic, I was able to do it, and I had my assistant and my lead statistician there. Luckily, because this was 2 a.m., I don't know even if I would be alive if it wasn't for her. So she was literally a godsend that day. And then you have 2/3 of the population that is in this situation, 73% is marketing, and 74% it is in the health industry. And the more that I read, I try to understand why. And there is a, you know, society make us do things, like we make it legit. The point that you're treating people, and I even used Dr. Martin Luther King, that he says, not everyone that can be famous and rich, but everyone can be great, because greatness is measured by service. And if you are here and you do service, you know how amazing it is. It is rewarding, it is amazing, you really feel great. This is something that you have to have not passion, you have to have an obsession for that. And I think that it's pretty amazing. And think that the average of an average of a director or a manager does 260 meetings a year. 260 meetings. It is insane. So I say that because meetings even when I used to work in a corporate environment, I cut that a long time ago because it was only no sense. Usually, if you have something very important to talk, people think differently with the grace of Lord, and then what you have is like people attacking each other, and you ended up not doing anything. So everything that you're supposed to bring to be nice, and then people don't even talk to each, and this make not only that meeting don't work, but you ended up getting your whole team contaminated. So meetings, unless that is for give good news, I don't think this is my personal intake, and this is what I have treated more than 10,000 people at my office, and what make my place different is the fact that I treat everyone, I personalize, I make sure that everyone is heard, and that's why, at least as of today, I am the only MedSpa in America that has 2,000 5-star Google reviews. This is something that I was interviewed, this happened last week, and then they asked me, like, how did you build your brand? And I was thinking, and I'm like, brand? Like, I just think about being excellent. If, I think that we have Brazilians here, and my mom, she used to work, and then when she used to come home, it's like, okay, so is the house clean? And like, sure. It's like, can I eat on the floor? You don't have to go that far, but if you think about branding, think about being excellent. If you are excellent, you will build a brand. And if you build a brand, you are fine in the AI era. I'm going to tell you why. I went more like 2 months ago, and I saw, if you guys are interested, I would totally follow this man. His name is Jeff Hoffman, and he was the guy that he invented, hotels.com, and he invented the kiosk at the airport. And I mean, I imagine everybody saw that. And I say that because at my, when I first traveled, we didn't have that. And he is, I don't know how old is he exactly, but he's older. But the way that he says, he's so amazing that for me, he's like 20 years old. His ideas are so, it's so amazing, things that he says. And then he was saying something so interesting, that since day one, he only thought about something. I want to give a solution, because people want to give the tools. Think about that. And that's what I do as well. I never think about, okay, when someone come and I have an intake form for the longest time of, since that I started that, that I have, because I want to understand what someone is coming to see me. They want something, and they want a transformation, and that's what they will have, because I am not the best, but I give my best. And what make a difference is when you can give 100%, give 150. This is what make you be special, and this is what make you build a brand. So he was saying, I'm talking about whoever got here now, I'm talking about Jeff Hoffman. If you know who this guy is, amazing, and then you can participate. If you don't know, I would follow him. He is the oldest, youngest man that I have ever met. I have to put my glasses to read. And I'm not a surgeon. I have a MedSpa. I own a MedSpa. I am an electrologist. I did aesthetic. I am a facial specialist. I am a laser specialist. And I am a licensed massage therapist as well. And the way that I dress is because I feel great like that. And if you go to my website, you will understand what I do. And I invite you to go, because if you are in Miami, it is for sure a place that's becoming very much like a bucket list. And I invented this device as well. That's actually, who knew that this device was going to be the device that less than 2 weeks ago, I was with my face like this big. Let me see if I have a picture here. And I don't know if you know, but when you have stitches, you cannot have water, because otherwise you can have bacteria and it's not going to heal well, the healing process. So I have to be thinking, and then this has cold compress and blue LED light is one of the things. And this gets cold more than 15 minutes. And I started to do this since day one. And the line that I have as well is called cosmetics. It's a vegan approach with active ingredients. And this is not my passion, this is my obsession, because the results are amazing and they're for the rest of your life. And this is what actually made me even do this that I'm doing now, because for the past 4 years, I became obsessed with that, to the point that I was sleeping 3, hours per night. And I am, actually, I did law school. I have my degree in law. And when I was 36 years old, I retired, and I thought that I was done. And then that's when I see now that my life was without purpose. And if you don't have a purpose, you lose everything. And I believe so much in God, and I have my faith that is above and beyond everything. And at that time, I was just trying to see what I was going to do. That's when laser came to my life, and that's when I started to be more involved with that. And then I never thought that I was going to be the owner of a MedSpa. There was not even a possibility in my life. And then before I knew, I was not only doing it, but I was like with hands on. And I created a concept that it's muscle memory, that at some point was a conspiracy because I tell you that you have 66 muscles in your face. What do you do? This is science. And And if you think about that, you do not have any reason to do, because there's so much that you can do. You can stimulate collagen, you can make your skin look tight, you can do things. And that's when I start to be very much hands-on, and that's when everything starts to change for my place and for everyone that stepped their foot there. That's why we are today the only spa in Miami with 2,000 plus 5-star Google review, because we are intentional. And I make sure that everyone that goes there, I think about the experience that they will have. And this is what that place become. And you know, fun is not even fun, because what I tell everybody to do is, if you are burned out, the first thing that you need to do is to exercise your self-care. And I don't know if you are a surgeon, but when you do, at least in America, you study, like, you know, I study so much. Well, in law, I studied 3,800 hours. I studied more than 7,000 if I put all of them together. And I became obsessed with skin, because our skin is a marvel. I'm gonna find the picture here. If you see the way that my skin was and my skin now, and you know that YouTube does not have filter, so it is actually, if it was TikTok, I would say like, okay, let's see, you know, in the day, but in the light or whatever, but not here. And this is the other phone, because I'm doing my live on the phone. So basically, okay, I have here, I don't know if you can see. This happened only 15 days ago. 15 days ago. And what I did was, immediately, that's, you know, something that I want to share as well. Ice constrict your blood vessels and help to calm down inflammation. Always when you have anything, especially this area here, this area is full of blood vessels. And if you can see, even, I don't know, someone that already did surgery, like, you see that, especially if you're white, you do get this area very bruised. But I was like, looked like that I had just had a fight with Mike Tyson. Like, I got beat up badly. And even though I got in a plane, and the plane was supposed to leave Miami at 11 p.m., and we only left at 2 p.m. in the next day. And this is when I was literally working with my parasympathetic nervous system, was my, to calm down and to make sure that I would not gonna be in the other side, because if you are, you're not gonna make anything good. You're just gonna make things worse for you. That's when I start to be, like, anyways. So this is what happened to me, and that's what triggered everything that I'm doing. Besides that, social media is something that I didn't have it, and something that I was retired. I had no, not that I came from a very poor family, and thank God I was very much, well, today I see that, well, it's something that we have two people, I will say, but when you're gay in the time that I was, and you have to learn how to lie before to love, nothing really, I'm fearless. And I start to really study and do everything that I could to be, and to be the person that I am today, that actually I became. And this is something that I'm very proud, and especially to be, I live in the United States for almost 30 years, and I was always consistent and committed. And this is what gave me what I have, nothing else. I am committed, I wake up, I have my routine, and this is what makes you different from anyone else. I believe that, I preach, and I exercise that. So I do the walk to walk. I do not like, to one of the things that I do at my place is no one talk about their skin or anyone's skin near me. With me, it's impossible because I don't even, if somebody, as well as gossip, if somebody come to tell me something that I know it doesn't belong to myself, I say, okay, I already got what you need or what you want. This part, I don't need to know. You can keep to yourself. Because he's going to tell or she's going to tell more about him than the person. So I don't need to know because I already know. And going back to the place that I say that because there are two ways for all of us to be in the next level of our lives. Either is listening to people that went through things that we are going through, because this is a matter of when, not if. If you go high and if you have what it takes, your life is going to be more difficult. You're going to be so strong. And I really know that at that moment, because this is happening to me, I do not question what God has reserved. I just keep going. And at some point, I do have a conversation, say, I think, I did learn. Because if you don't learn, this is like a video game. You go back to phase one. But if you do, you go and you become strong. Just think about the most difficult moments of your life. And when you look back, our mind, our brain has an amazing thing that you forget everything that made you suffer. I say things that if you actually, if you're poor like I was, everything, you're actually, only people that didn't have anything and have something have a story to tell. Because if you're very rich, you don't really have this side of the story to tell. And if you are listening now, you can, we say, I don't know if you're Brazilian or, because there are some Brazilians here, but whatever your mind can believe and conceive, your mind can achieve. You are the person that you ended up put yourself in a position to do not accept. I say that because everyone that walking through, into the door of my office, I always have a nice thing to say. And many people, believe it or not, and you know that because, well, at some point I was like that too. If somebody come and give you a compliment, usually, let's say, oh, you look so beautiful today, or oh my God, you look great. Especially skin. Say like, wow, your skin look amazing. What are you doing? Usually, especially ladies, they say, no, it's not great. No, don't do that. if you think about it, the same thing that, imagine if I come with a gift and you say, no, I don't want, or think about what you have today. You thought about that day, night. If you do the same thing to yourself, you're not doing yourself a favor. You're not doing anyone a favor, actually, because you cannot be harsh to yourself. And this is what I was doing to myself. I was working, because behind, I was thinking, no, it's service. I'm helping people. Yes, I'm helping people, but what about me? If I am not good, I cannot help anyone. And this is something that I want to bring to discussion, because I'm just starting. Today is the first time that I'm actually back. I haven't posted, I haven't done anything. I mean, I have done a lot of things, but not, because I wasn't, I'm still taking pills, like, it's not a good, you're not yourself. And it's amazing how much we grow when I look back and I see where I am. And this is the same thing always when somebody tell me, oh, about life, I'm not going to change, I'm too old to change. I'm like, you are not. You're a baby. Because the beautiful thing about humans is that we can change. And if you think you don't, you probably have a cell phone. If you don't, get the Kodak. I have some in my house. And see that picture. You don't even need to go that far. Go 5 weeks ago, maybe. Or maybe even like a month ago. You are not that person anymore. I'm not saying that, oh, no. I'm saying the person, some beliefs that you have and now you don't have anymore, or some fear that you had and you don't have anymore. Because you saw that in many cases, you ask. Because this is something else as well. We have assumptions that kills us. You think that I'm thinking something when I'm saying just myself, but can be anyone, when the person doesn't even know that I exist. But I think that. So this is what I think, that I put prejudice in what people think. But this is you. And this is something as well that, in my opinion, I would say that half of the misunderstandings in the workplace, it is assumptions, because you did not ask, but you always do that. Okay, but maybe today, something that I wanted you to think is, the person that's talking to you, the person that's in front of you is not the person that's talking to you many times. And I explained that. When you are talking to someone, maybe that person just saw an accident. Maybe that person just lost somebody that they love. Maybe that person just had an amazing experience in something, and the last thing that that person wants is to listen to little problems. I'm not saying that this is good or bad, but that person is not in that vibe. So if you get that person in that moment, you are going to think that that person is the worst that you can imagine. And that's when expectation comes. So I do not have expectations. My expectations about everything is zero. I do have hope. What is a totally different thing? Expectation is what you think I am. And I'm not what you think. I might be better, but I'm not what you think. And when we lower expectations, life changes. Because if you don't expect, you don't need to be validated. because we look for validation and expectation, all these dations. It's something that we should be away, because this does not bring anything really good to us. We live in a society, yes, we do, but if you need to be defined by what people think, I have news for you. You don't have that control. What you have control is your actions and reactions. And when you see that, and when you really know that, everything changes. And then what happened to me is knowing everything that I know, bringing, like, giving the most beautiful treatments and being so heartfelt. I did have my time that I was not taking care of myself. Not that I don't take care of myself. I was not taking care of myself in the most beautiful way, in self-care and self-love. Think that 43, bringing like numbers again, 43% of the workforce in the highest paid jobs, they are burned out. And they ended up changing jobs. They only stay 18 months, especially presidents of this institutions. They don't stay more than average. Of course, some of them are there forever, and then they have, how much it is to replace each one of them? Like 213% of the salary in 1 year. So it's so much money. And why I'm saying that? Because this is going on as we are speaking here now. Things are happening, and it seems that no one is seeing. And what's happening is people like myself, not really because I am keeping up, it is what I call a sandwich, because it's between the guys that it's a little older, maybe the CEO of the company, and the new kids, like that they know everything and they're so fast. And then you have the fear. I am writing a book for the past, I don't know how many years, and the name is Fear and or Love. One day this book is going to be, and I changed so many times, but it is storytells. It is a storytell. And the two, because those are the two feelings that move me. And fear has a reason for that. Everything that you don't know, you fear. I like to give one example because it's so easy to immediately understand. Anyone know? Yeah, here I was saying. Well, so the fear is fear of death, because we don't know what's outside, what is out there. Not even who, if you think about it, not even who believes in heaven wants to die. Thank God. And this is something that happened. So fear is what make people don't do things. And this is what I try to take away from everyone that works with me. Don't do it. I rather to be talking to you about something that you did than something that you ended up not doing because you're in fear. And usually fear has to do with things that happen. Each person has a different background and you believe in different things. and I respect that. But if you can work, I am the biggest advocate. I would, do anything because it. I know what it is because everything that you, when you can overcome these situations, you want to help. At least I do. I do because it's painful, and it's not good to be in that side. When you try, the other side is so beautiful. And that's when I say that the day that thing, I go back with this because this will be my main thing. And if if one person can understand how much this meant to me, it is amazing. Every day I wake up and it's a great day. One of the things that I have, not here, but in my house, I have mirrors all over. And, and I really suggest, people are not going to think you're crazy. And if they think, whatever. I draw my hand. I don't know if you know Mel Robbins, but I was watching her a long time ago. And really thought, because that was a time that I needed to, and the same thing that if you're listening to this now, there is a reason why you're listening, because you probably need it. And the algorithm, they're so smart. Even another thing that I say is, if you're probably watching this, is because you're smart, because you are the 5 people that you hang out with. And you can see some people that they are scrolling. It's only when you see things like that, it's bringing, what I try to bring is like education, because this gives you freedom. And that's when it changes everything. And I forgot where I was, what I was saying. Anyways, my point is, knowledge gives you freedom, and that's what I do. I teach everything that I know, everything that I created. I created many protocols that people don't even know, and I became very feminist in a way that there's no way that you can make equal something that is not equal. It is brutal to a woman because the hormones, like female hormones and heat, give even melasma. So it is so much. And at that time that I was, kind of coming here more, my mom, she had cancer, and then vitiligo, and that's when I started to study a lot. And that's why this became my obsession. I don't say even passion, because passion, it is something that it's not what I have. I became obsessed in helping people, in understand how can I make your experience phenomenal. And that's what, my place is about. And I really encourage you to go to the website to see and to give me feedback. I am extremely open. I'm very humble. I don't take anything personal. As I said, the same thing as well. Thank God, I never had anything that was bad. But I don't take, and I actually have the opposite too, but I know who I am, and I know that the closest that you are of the most successful day of your life is the closest that you are from your downfall. And there is only one thing that is going to prevent you from that, is to keep yourself humble, is to know where you come, is to just be yourself. And do not let one thing define you, because that's when I say that many talents that I know, they start to be, to fade away. Why? Because they don't think that they need anymore to study. They don't need, they're too good. And then you know what they do? Because I know already, like, let's say you play guitar. I don't need the rehearsal because I already know. No, because maybe you will have to improvise, and that's when you're not gonna know. And this is why I know that I'm not the most talented, but my I really do my best in everything that I do. I really give it up my all. And this reflects in any operation that everything that I did, I succeed. What is different of being successful? Today I'm successful. And if you let me say what I think that's the difference, and I'm open as well, because this is in my book. When I look back, and the first thing that I remember being a kid was to actually, I used to love to go to school and all these things, and I just wanted like my clothes to be beautiful. And at that time, the shoes was Kixute, it was from Brazil, whatever. And I just wanted like to be nice. And then I look back and I see that I am consistent since I was 5 years old. And when people used to tell me things, oh no, you can't do that, I'm super calm. I used to look at them and think, I will do exactly what I'm saying. But I don't say, of course, I just, I thought about it and I start to work for that. Today, I understand exactly what I did. Today, I understand that a 5-year-old boy was doing manifestation. That's what I was doing. And the way that you manifest is, because today people are getting a little twisted, and I will, I have some property to say because I did so many. If you wanted a good book to meditate and to help with that, this is the book. If you say, oh, I cannot meditate, this is impossible, this one you will. It's only, literally, it's 6 to 7 minutes. You listen and it's enough to put you in an amazing state, mindset in everything. And let me explain you what you do. You manifest. First of all, you don't have what you want. You have what you are. And this changes everything. Because if you think you're going to get the Lamborghini, I'm just saying here, and it's not like that. And then usually people, oh, no, you have to buy another book. Because the book of the Lamborghini is that one with that guy. No, it's not. The likelihood for that thing to happen has to come from you. And what you do is, usually, and I actually studied, I love to do common denominator. I go and I see the common denominator of things that I want, and I start to see. And then I see that they all have the same thing. They're committed and they're consistent. So you start to think about, let's say, the Lamborghini, for instance. And then, before you know, you start to have some actions towards that. You start to buy more magazine. You start to be, searching about it. And then you see it's little by little. And before you know, you will get friends that like that too. Because remember, you attract people that want to have money. They never will. Understand what I'm saying? I'm saying that if they want to just have money for money, they never will. Even if they have, they will lose because they are not ready for that. They will attract. People that have money have a very good relationship with money. If they don't have, it is run for your life because usually it's not a very good combination. If money defines people, it is something that I really have my doubt about the person, because I'm not saying that I don't like, but I'm saying that it's nice to use it and to make sure that you can get your needs and what else you do. What else you do for people? Do you do anything, or you just, then you start to get your actions towards that Lamborghini. Before you know, you are invited to every single Lamborghini fair that you have. You start to be in their database and everything. And your life, because of that, it started to change. The 5 people that you're going to hang out with, they will talk about what? Lamborghini. And this is what manifestation is the likelihood of what you want to become the reality. Before you know, that thing will become your habit. When you do that, you got it. The only thing that needs to happen is that to become your destiny as well. And when I say that is, I have never seen anyone, because some people can do this once, I can do many, and I still have many to come. What I suggest with that is first is to write it down, like be old-fashioned, write it down. Why? Because when you write it down, this goes to your mindset. And if you don't believe me, get people that you follow as well. Maybe if you like Gary Vee, if you like, I don't know who you like, see what they say. They write it down things. And to have a mentor, it's very important to have a mentor, because a mentor is going to give you a lot of time ahead. So things that you're going through, it's going to be amazing when you have a mentor, because they will save you time. And the person, like Gary Vee is my mentor. He doesn't know what I do. I watch a lot what he does for years, and I like his vibration, because he vibrates in the same level that I want to do. So that's fine, I'm happy. And the same thing happened to, and I have I have Katie as well, that she is beyond amazing. She invented the lashes for ladies, the magnet lashes, but she sold the company. And she's doing something else, and she is amazing. It is, sometimes 1 hour with her, it's literally 5 years of like learning. And have that. The same way that you should have someone in your company or in your business about the burnout. Because it's nice to have someone to talk that first will understand what you're going through, and has to be someone that will understand. Because if you get someone that does not understand you, it's pointless, because this will be a don't get anyone to put you down. Actually, the opposite. If someone comes, and I say that very, if someone comes and I think, I don't have to know that the person is not really, happy for what I say, I delete immediately that person, because you don't need that. You don't need to have people, oh, but you have to be, no, you don't. Life is too short. And in your last day, instead spending time that people that you love, you're going to spend with people that don't even like you, and that they're not happy. Oh, but they went through things. Everybody's going through something. What doesn't give me the right to don't be, and some people are just haters, you can give, most of the people actually, because they have a research as well, and actually 60% of the people, if you ask them immediately, okay, I'm going to give you $2 million, what are you going to do? They don't know, because they want to have, but that's probably why they don't have. Because if you don't know what you're going to do with the money, why you want to have it? Maybe when you write it down, you will be, if you write it down tonight, 10 things, I guarantee you that each one of them is going to happen. And you're going to be like, why did you tell me to write it down 100? Each one of them, it's amazing. It will happen, not in the order, but it will happen. Before you blink, it's going to happen. Some of them so fast, because when your mindset is aligned with the universe, no one can stop you. No one. People can try. People can do. Actually, people can try and they will help you. Whoever tries, even going to help you. So, my intention today was to do the 3 things. The first one was to really know when the burnout happened. And this is something that it seems new, at least new for me, because I thought that I was a business owner in America, and we work a lot. And in America, we work a lot. I'm not saying that other people don't, but it's a lot of work. And then I wasn't making the time, what I have changed already. And this was a great time because I was reading, I was thinking, and I was really going to the point that we do not talk enough about this as well, because I have other plans too. And this is something that know and exercise. Make yourself understandable. Ask when you have something to ask. Do not make assumptions. Ask, because many people don't know. And if you don't know, it's because, some people don't really care. Especially when you have social media these days. I have a friend who's like, did you see what I posted? I'm like, I don't think. Because, if you want to send a message through because maybe the person don't even see. Think about that. Ask, clear. And then the person is going to tell you. Because most of the time, they will. Most of the time, it is everything that you are thinking and you are creating. The next thing is, as you go high, the air gets thinner. If you are living a moment that you're like, Alan, I am not going to do this. It is not for me. This is the time that it's so amazing, because when you get people that accomplish things and you start to study them, you have up to 90%. It's like 95% give up when they're 90. And they're almost getting there. And then you have 98. It's a lot. Because usually, when you are going to get something that you want, things will get tighter. Things will get a little bit more difficult. Because you need to be prepared for the next phase. If you're not prepared, you're not going to pass. This is like school. I mean, just like that. Just like a video game. I am the time of the Mario Bros. I remember that if you do not get the green mushroom, you will not go through. It's the same thing. So if you don't, you're going to go there, you're going to die in the first one. So you are being prepared. Take every lesson. Don't think that, oh, this is, this happened to, no. It's a lesson for you to grow. Take, and if you are, it, and if you can resolve that, it's cheap. I'm going to tell you why. Because maybe what was going to happen if you did not have that thing happening, it would be impossible for you to do it. And if I'm lying, you know that I'm right, because this happened to you already. You don't know at the time. Maybe if you're going through that now, you're going to be like, oh, no, I don't think so. Until you see that's exactly what it is. And then you're going to be like, wow, that's exactly what it is. I was just being prepared for something amazing that's going to happen. And that's exactly what the self-care, the burnout, and all these things are, now is showing me that I needed to learn in the worst way, otherwise I would not stop. I wouldn't. I was blind, I was obsessed with my it's my longest term, relationship too. And I do have a lot of love, and I was always doing great things for people. So, there's nothing wrong with that, but you need to have your time off. And another thing that I see as well is whether you work for someone or you have your business, you say, oh no, but if I ask for, no, I cannot. You put things in your mind. If you are a good employee, or if you are a good, if you work a lot, you need to have your time off. You are going to be back flying. This is when the heroes are made, on that. Then you need to set your routine. When you set your routine, one thing it's not negotiable. It's your self-care. But the self-care, it's not self-care that I see these days, and I have a lot of friends that they do yoga. Oh my God. And they go by the time that they're there, they're on the phone, with the nails, and I'm like, why you're here? Oh, because I have to do self-care. I'm like, no, you are not doing a service to yourself and to whoever is here, because this is not self-care. What you are doing is you are trying to be validated that you do self-care, but this is not self-care, because this is actually punishment. And try to find something that you like to do. Maybe you have a dog, go walk your dog. Maybe you really like to go to the gym, like I do, go to the gym. I used to love to jog on the beach, what I don't do anymore. Find your self-care routine. I have mine, you have yours. And this is beautiful. Oh, but of course, everybody's different. What would be of the yellow if everybody likes the blue? Be different. And even better, if everyone is thinking about something, it's because you have to think about something else. Think about the 99 and the 1. You want to be in the 1. You want to be unique. Only the impossible happen. The possible repeat itself every single day. Everything that we see already is possible because somebody did. Everything that is impossible, it is what you are going to put your effort. You are going to manifest. You are going to make your actions work for you. You are going to get that as your habit. When you have a habit, you have the manifestation being material for you. And that's pretty amazing. And then it's going to give you another thing. It's going to give you that strength to keep going. you're gonna feel great. And this feeling, it's unbeatable. Think about that. Then, the last thing that, so it was really I wanted to show, but this I can show another time if you guys, so it's really what it takes to, in like scars, but I don't like to say that because, each person, when you look yourself in the mirror, each person is different. This was something that when first happened, and I was unconscious. The first thing that when I put my hand and I saw my hand full of blood, I didn't want to see. I'm like, I think that I tore my face down. And because this was something that, it means a lot, at least, was not a good feeling. But I did do something. Immediately, I got her, my Brianni, I don't know if she's here, and she took me home, and I say, I want to go to Brazil. And she's like, you can't. I will get in a plane, and I will. I have a picture too. I'm going to show you. It was amazing. Amazing because I saw two kinds of people. I saw people that would not even get near me. And I saw people that, and the lady from American Airlines, she asked for my luggage back, and she's like, do you need something? Look, this was myself inside the plane. So I put a sunglass, a hat, and I did. What I want to say with that is, when you know what you need to do it. So I have a dream to have that specific thing. Listen, I'm not telling you to get all your money tomorrow, no. But if you have a dream, you should do it. And think that what make things change is not even your head, is your stomach. You have to have a lot of stomach sometimes to go through things in life, and you're gonna see you're just gonna be okay. But you need to have that. If you don't have, something is wrong. Think about that, and you're gonna see how much things will change. And think positive. Every day, like I was saying, I have, my hand, I high five myself, because when you high five, if I high five you, I'm giving you the power to say, hey, you are capable to do whatever you want to. This is amazing. You are phenomenal. And why don't we do that to ourselves? And that's when I start to think like, we don't. I give power to so many people, but what about me? And sometimes when you wake up, you need that. So, especially in the bathroom, put close, to your toothbrush, and then you go there, like, immediately you start to laugh. And your day become, beautiful. And let's say that you have that day that, nothing really worked, let's say. You still have yourself. Look yourself in the mirror. You are a gift of Lord. You should be so happy. And that should be enough for you to say, I am amazing, and I have an amazing day. The difference between a bad day and a good day is you, no matter what happened. Do not let anyone mess it up with your day. Unless that you are that person. So, but if you're not, why? Let them, but don't And if somebody wants to fight, let them win. Usually whoever wins have to come back and ask, I'm sorry, usually. So let them, let them do it. So think about when the burnout comes, think about the self-care. Not self-care doing what you're going to be validated, but what makes you feel great. And this is what you want. Do it. Take time off. Take time off even from, we all need time. We all need our time to do our stuff. And this is great. It's beautiful. And I think that we all should be doing that more. Think about people that think like you in the company. These people, they are the ones that they will hold your hand because they have and they vibrate the same energy as you do. Do not just let it go. Take it. Claim it. And you're going to see how amazing things become. The power that you have, it's so much that it's powerful. But if you don't believe, it is not. Always I say, whether you think you are right or you're wrong, you're right. So there's no really difference. And it is a pleasure to be, sharing. I will post this live because I love to do lives and I love to be, soon I will be back in Miami. And I don't know when yet, but I will be doing tomorrow. And if you have any, again, I would love for you guys to see my website. And if you want to see something that you don't see there, you can always ask me. If you have suggestion, it's very welcome to. I am not going to take anything personal. I understand what it is, but just be kind. If you stood back, it's nice to be kind. But in the meantime, I really wish you the best, and I love you all. And I say that meaning that I think that we do not, and I know what that means, and that's why even this happened to me, because I thought that I needed to show more, I needed to do more when I don't, but I'm not going to lose the amazing vibe that I have to give someone or to say something nice to someone. Never lose this opportunity, because some people, they never heard that. And when you do, you are touching that you don't know, and you never know tomorrow. And you don't do things as well, think about tomorrow, but that person, because it is, it's like, it's a cycle. If I do something good and you feel compelling, you're going to do tomorrow. And this is going to be a cycle. This is the beautiful thing of life. It's not when you do things. I even say, if you do something and you're not prepared, don't do it, because it's going to be painful. Do what your heart feels great, because then you do with your heart. And there's nothing that you do with your heart that's not going to be on your own goodness. So be kind to yourself, and I give you like some updates. I will be showing like, a skincare routine very fast when you have, especially something, well, I can show you one thing. You don't need to have this device I invented. If you go to the website and and you go to shop, you're gonna see that. And you can see, and if you find at Amazon, whatever, I'm not gonna be sad, but the quality of this one is amazing and is not expensive. It's very cheap. If I'm not mistaken, it's $69. It's on, yeah, I think it is. So you have three functions here. The middle one, it is for you to cleanse your face. Always I put it here. So you see this little vibration? This helps to cleanse your face and to actually start to work on your muscles. And then if you watch one of my videos, you're gonna see exactly the way that I do. You start, and this is, again, this is my routine. This is according to what I see, and I believe that if muscles have memory, and we know that, and this is science, why you're not gonna follow the muscles? Why are you gonna do something different? The same thing when people go to the gym. If you go to the gym and you look at the person, the person is like, it seems that the person is doing back, but you don't know. You have 66 muscles on your face. Work this, again, whoever is getting here now, you don't need to buy this machine, but this machine is, it is great, and I'm trying to actually break this and it doesn't. So then you are in the middle. If you press once, this is going to be cold. And blue LED light is for combat inflammation. This is $1 million, literally people pay $1,000 to hear this part. If you put, and then it's nice to put something, of course you need to have a serum. Where's the serum? It was here, but anyways. Well, so then I'm going to put pepoxide, okay? So pepoxide, it is a little orange. This one has 17 antioxidants, and it has hexapeptide, that is an amino acid. And why this is good? Because collagen is it's a huge molecule, and you cannot get collagen, it's so hard to get it. And so then I'm going to just show you here, how you do it. Everything that's active ingredients, I do not touch because I don't want to contaminate the product. And then what I do is I leave here for 10 seconds, and I always bring to your temper. You see? This is the way that you do. And if anyone that you know says something different, tell them to talk to me, because I cannot see your orbicularis being a round muscle. And even, you see it's a little orange, but it's because this is orange. It's like Donald Trump. So here, and the nice thing here is, you see that I'm already for, a couple minutes here, and this is cold. Not cold that will be burnt. You have something that I say all the time too is, you have another layer of skin here. This skin here, it's called you have your dermis, epidermis, and you have an extra layer of skin here that's called stratum lucidum. It's the same skin that you have in the palm of your hands and your foot. So on the palm of your hands, your foot, it is for protection. Actually, your skin was made to protect, not to glow. So, and then you come to like this. And the stratum lucidum that you have here under your eye, it is to make your area, this area here that you have you know, your tears. So this area has to be, you see how I'm doing? Super, super, I'm not putting any strength here. And this is what literally made my face. I was showing, I'm going to show you again, because this is pretty intense. Oh, here's even fine. See if I find. Yeah, because my phone is on the, it's doing the video. Where is that picture? Oh, but yeah, I mean, because this one was like, this was great already, like, you know. This was 10 days ago. This was not like, you know, and this was swollen. So everything that, always when you have, your face is swollen or anything, ice with blue LED light. And you have as well the red LED light. This is anti-aging. And this is heat. This one is nice if you want to do your jawline. I always like to keep, you know, a serum. Do not, you just did ice here. Do not bring any heat here anymore, because heat is going to do what? Heat is going to give yours, heat's going to make your skin inflamed. So you don't want that. You want to fight inflammation. You don't want to create more inflammation. And here, I like to show this because if you do, how you say, if you do gua sha, just forget about it. This is what you should do. Gua sha was made to take adhesions from muscles, not to put and to, you know, to do anything in your jawline. Your jawline, it's your lymphatic system starts, you know, this is very cool because this is what I like the most. Your lymphatic system, even my skin I don't like to touch with my hands. Let me see if I have gloves here. Because I got so used to, but I don't have gloves here. But I'm gonna, okay. So if you wanna get your jawline, always try to put your elbows in a place that you're gonna have, it's gonna be safe and you're gonna have sustainability. Because when you're doing, you don't wanna put any strength, because you have your lymphatic system, think about, it's like sponge. And if you, let's say that you are washing, always I laugh because I have a client and she's like, Alan, I don't wash the dishes. Can you give me another example? I'm like, sure. So think that you're washing dishes and then you get the sponge. If you want to take all the grease and the soap, you have to be even in hot water, right? And this is your lymphatic system. Your lymphatic system is your defense. You have, and if you think you have your blood that's pumped by your heart and your lymph fluid, it's not pumped by anyone. And it's literally like a, think about like a freeway, a highway, lymph fluid, your blood. Your blood starts to throw waste on your lymph fluid. But your lymph fluid is right here. If you do not make that thing move, you are going to be, that's when you start to get bloated. You probably like, you know, people when they get, it's because of that. So think about that and you're gonna be, you know, thinking different. So then what you do is you can start here Your lymphatic system starts right here. That's why if you have inflammation, whatever, this area start even like to be, you know, a little bit more, well, I don't say anything that's not, you know, impactful and positive, but they say that it's a kind of melting, that's what it is. And think that gravity, pull it down. Gravity is not your friend. She will pull everything down. What you do is, and this muscle right here, it's called depressor. Do I need to say anything else? Depressor, what you do is, you can very slightly make these moves. If you put any strength to your lymphatic system, the difference between a massage that is a lymphatic drainage massage is that you work pretty much, it's below your skin. It's very gentle and very good. And a deep tissue work with your muscle and your connective tissue. So you need to put a little bit more of strength, otherwise you're not going to feel anything. So then you have to be very conscious here. That's why even, you know, I'm telling you to be very slow. And from here, you can do, and you can come up to here. And then you can use your finger like this. And you can do this move. But I want you to think that you're doing, if you like to be well treated, put their ears on. If you like to be well treated, your skin likes to. And your skin is your biggest organ. Think that your skin, every 30 days, take or leave it, it changes. Your whole epidermis. If you treat your skin nice, your next canvas is going to be even fierce, nice, beautiful. Just think. And I'm telling you, and I guarantee you, you'll be so surprised if you adopt. I have so many videos, especially bag under your eye, because I created this machine because I was thinking, what can I do to make lives, you know, people's think that research, this is not Alan, research says 50% of the ladies does not wash their face before going to bed. 60% of the guys does not even wash their face at all. They don't need it. Well, we need, but they don't. So when you see these numbers, what make a difference in your skin is when you cleanse. Oh, but I have the new caviar from Lancôme that I paid $3,000. Great. What are you going to do with that? Because if you do not cleanse properly, how your skin, you can only receive anything if that can go down to your dermis. You have 5 layers of epidermis and dermis. That's why when you do massage like this machine, you see with this little vibration, and this is, you let this device literally work on your face. This is what changes everything. And then you're going to start to do massage. Then your skin is going to be cleansed. And even though I double cleanse, another thing is, I love to tell things that no one says, because that's one of the reasons that I do what I do. Because I think if people don't know, how they're going to have the freedom to, because when you know, when I give you this information, you should even cross-check. Don't even say what I'm telling you. But if it makes sense, I know you're going to do it. Maybe you don't do, but when you do, and you see that's going to work, you're going to get hooked. That's when habits become habits. Think about habits that you have now that you didn't have before. Something trigger you to do it, and then you do it. You need 60 seconds cleansing your face. Are you inventing this number? Kind of. I'm just thinking what it takes for your product to melt all the impurities, debris, whatever is there, and take it out. Then you did, let's say that you do oil-based cleanser, water-based cleanser, then you come and you do your, and then, you should be doing, the order is the purity solution, that's the oil-based cleanser. And ladies, if there is any woman here, this is an amazing product to take out makeup. We only have this in America, but if you live in America, I have on my, if you want to see, check it out on my website. And I actually have, I do have an affiliate with cosmetics that you can buy for the same price. And this is like CVS price. And this product, if you don't like, I give you the product back because this is amazing. The water does not mix with oil. Think about that. So you need oil to melt the impurities. Then you need a water-based cleanser. The water-based cleanser, again, I don't know your skin type. I'm not here telling you to change your skincare routine. Or if you're, depend on what it is, maybe I will. I'm kidding. But think that every single, go to your, get your cleanser. You don't need to do now, whatever you want to. And then if you go to your cleanser and you start to see from the top, think that on the top you have that's pretty much, it's what you have the most. It's here on the top. If you see that you have sulfate, you're putting detergent on your face. And then I'm going to show you what happened. Actually, I do have videos about recuperating lipid barrier because your barrier is slightly acid. So you need a toner. So then when you wash your face goes to the, it doesn't go to the acidic side, it goes to the alkaline side. So then a toner is what is going to bring your skin back to the acidic side. When you and another thing is, when I say especially ladies, it's because ladies usually wear makeup or something like that. So that's why I worry, and I do worry about you guys, because if you take it out, it's fine. But if you don't, you are clogging your pores. And when you clog your pores, you're not letting nutrients. And then, and your skin is a marvel because you try to destroy and she's there so happy. The difference between a mist and a toner, because ladies, you need to know that. A woman, you need to know what's a mist and a toner. Because if you're taking makeup, you cannot take a makeup with a mist. You need to take a makeup with a toner because the toner is going to reset. I'm trying to find that. But you imagine, you need a cotton, okay? Toner needs a cotton for you to take it out, not to rip your skin apart. Very demure, nice. Not what Jennifer Lopez did. See the video that Jennifer Lopez, I actually DM her. with her product, she can't do that to her face. I love her. She looks better than everybody that I know. But your face is your face. Your face, I just said here, if you like to be treated well, your face likes too. So treat your face nicely. So then I was saying 60 seconds for the cleanser. You don't need 60 seconds here, but make sure that you put in a pad and you do with a cotton, okay? When you do that, your skin now is ready to receive nutrients, you name it. Think that your skin, you just took impurities, so everything that you put is going to sink in. This is what changed your skin. Everything else that people say, with all the respect, if you do not cleanse your face, how come the product will sink in? They don't. They don't. They don't. And you can say whatever you want to say, I still think that they don't. And actually this is science, because you need to melt, then you come with the water-based cleanser and you do it. Branding, I'm giving you the information to give you freedom. I'm telling you how you see, how you do it, because when you see it makes sense, you will do it. And if you have acne, think, and then I'm just going to tell you, and you're going to say yes because I know. Acne if you have acne, you have always in the same places. You have always the same place because what you do is, and I had acne too. When you have acne, you think that your skin is too oily, it's not, it bothers you, whatever. And I understand that because I just said here, when you look yourself in the mirror, you know what you're not happy. Am I happy with that? No, but I respect, because we are different. Like I said, what will be of the yellow if everybody likes the blue? Great, we are all different. But make sure that you get the products that you need. You need a oil-based cleanser. A woman, you need to have a oil. I'm always like, you must have. You don't need to buy from me. You can buy, but if you want to buy the best, buy from cosmetics. I have this brand for more than 5 years. I used to have Biologique Rocheche. It's 10 times the price of this. This is the price of CVS. And this is amazing. This will be melting. Oil does not mix with water. So this oil is gonna do that beautiful job to really, not even mascara, I don't know if I'm pronouncing right, not even the strongest mascara will resist to that. It's an amazing makeup remover for sure, a good one. Then you do a water-based cleanser, you do the toner, and then at night, it was summer in America, so I was doing my pepoxide that I have this here. Look, I'm gonna show again how my face was, because that was pretty, but this, I should show the other one because that was crazy. And, well, here, let me try to, here you can see better. Wow, even, yeah. No, because here that's how I flew to Brazil, and I was pretty much, I have like to put 40 stitches, and then the flight was delayed for 7 hours, but I did such a good job that, I could make it. And if I don't tell you, you could never see. Because what I did was I started to do the duo that I don't see here, but duo is the retinol retin-A from cosmetics. But if you go to the sun, don't even think about it. And I don't, you see, I look like a ghost. I don't go to the sun. And I do have my peptide-rich defense. Of all these products here, this is the most amazing product that I have ever seen in my life. This is a moisturizer that happens to be an SPF. And if you think you have oily skin, that you do not need moisturizer, that's why you have oily skin. Because when you get your lipid barrier on point, oil self-regulates. It's amazing. And then the breakouts that you have at the same place, because that's what happened, they will start to disappear. And your face is going to start to be that beautiful canvas, because oily skin is amazing. You think that, for instance, your mouth, you don't have pores, so you don't have sebaceous gland. That's why as we age, our mouth does get more dry. That's why it's nice for ladies. It's great because you put, for guys too, some of them. But I do my enhance. But it's extremely important to make sure that your mouth is always, moisturized, that you had good stuff going on. And anyways, just think about, I like to think about the basic. You need a cleanser, and if you can, a water-based cleanser, oil-based cleanser, water-based cleanser, toner. Then you need a serum. A serum is what's going to bring the nutrients, the vitamin C, whatever, after your face is clean. If you put serum in your face, but the serum is not going to sink in, and it's very hard. Don't think that it will, because it won't. So then, now for the night, you have peroxide, you have clarity, depends on your, on your face, on your skin type. And another thing is, do not go in trends, whatever. If you do not wear one size fits all clothing, you should not do that to your skin. Oh, but my friend, she told me, let her do it. You have different DNA. You should be wearing different, skincare routine. And that's nothing wrong with that. It's actually beautiful. We are not the same. Don't, unless you have a twin sister. Even though, if you guys don't live in the same city, you will have different skin, because extrinsic factors plays a huge role. Then, if you are in the morning, you can do your peptide, well, you can do at night too, but you can do your peptide-rich defense. This is my, this is my favorite. It is amazing. It is, like I said, it is a moisturizer, a peptide, that's the source for the collagen, and it is an SPF. So that's why this happened. Well, besides, I had, all the kindness of Alessandra. She's amazing. She's an amazing, plastic surgeon. If you guys need, but she's in Brazil. But even though, I really was thinking about the eyes, And do not put ice, pure ice, because this skin is very thin. If you put ice, you're gonna burn yourself. Don't do it. Think always that you have your face, and your face is very, I mean, it's your face, guys. Don't do like, even when you exfoliate. I see some people exfoliate, I'm like, you hate yourself. Why are you doing that? Your face, your skin from your face is not the same one that you have. It's not the same. And on top of that, we have facial expressions, like, that it doesn't help. And on top of that, it takes 17 muscles to smile and 43 muscles to frown. So smile more, live more, love more. Thank you. I really enjoy. It's the first time I really like to do lives because it's the moment that I have to share everything that I learned and to make sure that I say positive, because I love to watch people that vibrate in the same level that either I am or I want to be. And I really encourage you to think like that and to hang out with people like that, because you are the people that are around you. And the same thing with your phone. If you want to know what you're doing lately, just check your social media, that the algorithm, he's perfect. He's going to tell you exactly. And then if you want to switch a little bit, you do. If you don't, you don't. But I think that's a great thing. And another thing that I want to say as well is, don't be too harsh on yourself. I really was at the moment that I was like, I'm a business owner in America. We do everything. I have to do it. And I almost kill myself. Take your time. Take it easy. And then things will fall in the right place. Another thing that I say as well is, in the AI time that we are living, you are not going to lose your job if you are good. I'm not even saying excellent. Think that things are happening already that way. When, let's say that you're going to come to my house and I say, okay, Alexa, whatever, can you do get sushi for such and such, get a Arabic food for tomorrow at 8 o'clock. Guess who was choosing the food? The AI, not me. I choose just the kind of food, but they pick the place. The only way that this is not going to happen is, make sure that tomorrow you make an appointment. I want to go to see Alan. I want to go to see. And how you do that? Be excellent. If you are going to clean the floor, make sure that people come and say like, I guarantee you that such and such came here. This is amazing. The power that you have when you are excellent, it goes exponential, because you can get anything that you want. And this is happening. Just think, like, if sometimes you even ask, I want to eat Japanese, whatever. They do not bring what you, because you didn't say anything. So our job is to make ourselves memorable from now on. And if you like this, it's nice if you guys can subscribe as well. If you guys subscribe, and then I always gonna be bringing. Usually, what I like to do is to bring things that I see at the office, and actually that it's a lot of questions, and then I do have some DMs as well. In my website, I do write the blogs myself, and I try to be, so I have everything that I do is vegan. I am one of the few, if not the only one, that does everything vegan. I'm not vegan, but vegan products have active ingredients. Actually, Demi Moore, she used one of this brand, and she says exactly. I actually have on this one on YouTube as well. Is the benefit, and because there's no sulfate. Cleansers, even, afterwards you take a look, and usually you're gonna see lauryl sulfate, yeah, sodium lauryl sulfate, or sodium lauryl laureth sulfate. This is, and then you go to your detergent, and it's going to be there too. But anyways, it is like some of them, they just have a little bit. It's to give like that feeling of clean, but my main thing is to protect your lipid barrier. And to protect your lipid barrier, you're not going to do if you are destroying your lipid barrier. That's what you're doing little by little. And that's why you start to have more oxidation. And then as time passes by, things start to happen in a different way. Don't think like that. And it's okay. Not, oh, but everybody, let everybody do. Then you're going to see when you're 47, like daddy here, and then your skin look great. And I tell you, your skin can change in 30 days. It depends on you. And if you want to know how, check my blogs. You can write me. I share everything that I know. And if you don't live in America, I'm actually in Brazil now, and if you live in Brazil and if you want to know, DM me, because I will find some brand, because I haven't found yet. And actually, like, I'm not going to say names because, it's not ethical, but it is not even close. So, and they don't have in Brazil yet, but soon they probably will. And they're so inexpensive. If you have visa, it's worth to go there. But do check my website, because I do have treatments, and I give the way that you can wash your face. My whole thing is with muscle memory. I invented this little device, and this is amazing. You don't need to have mine, but if you can have, logistically, you cannot do things like this, because you're not an octopus. So this is very handy, and I like very much. Make sure, if you do, that you have something that will be a silicone, but very gentle. Don't get anything harsh to your face, please. Especially if you do too harsh, remember that you can cause pigmentation. Pigmentation is when you have lesion, especially lesions female hormone, then it's like you're asking, get me, you know. Anyways, thank you so much. Have you all an amazing night, and I see you guys very soon. Thank you. Let me read. Yeah, just have him. Well, I already responded. You know, I'm not a surgeon, and this is my style, and I love it. I think that I give, well, even though my qualifications, I do laser, I do aesthetic, but I do have a lot of respect for whoever comes to my place, and I feel great when I dress up. This is myself. I always did. And I think that this, you know, it makes me feel good. And if I'm treating someone's face, because this is the thing for me, when you come to my place, the difference between a chef is because you are going to have the outcome on your face, and I take so serious on my, in my, you know, at my place, and I am the founder of Lux MedSpa Brickell too, and I don't even have, there's no clocks or anything. You are the main, like, you know, I put intention, like I pray before. It's so amazing. It's a very special place. That's why, you know, I was there like, oh, you see, and I have a lot of, I'm here for hours and I could be here for days talking. And when I am treating a skin, I really can do a lot because I really study a lot, and I did more than 10,000 faces. So the more that you do, the better you become. And skin, I compare skin with doggies. I don't know if you like dogs, but I hope you do. Skin knows who likes them and knows who doesn't. I guarantee you that sometimes you go to have a facial or whatever, you say like, oh my God, I would have done a better job myself. And thank God this never happened. And if ever happened, the person doesn't need to pay in my place. And they see the difference because it is all about taking care, making sure that you are protecting the skin. And think about everything that, if you're getting here now, go a little back, tiny bit, and think about reinforcing your lipid barrier. If you do that, skin self-regulates, beautiful, and don't use harsh ingredients because this doesn't really help. It doesn't help you, it doesn't help the skin. Another thing that I said, if you like to be treated well, your skin likes to. So do that. Let me see any more. Any question? What's up, cast? Well, I don't know that, but well, thank you so much. You guys are pretty nice to be here with me. Again, today is the first time that I'm doing something. I have not done anything since I had this little accident, and I will be talking more about, you know, things that happen. But basically, it is, you know, it's nice to be back and to be able to do these things that I thought I wasn't going to be doing for a while. And to have people watching, this is amazing. And from the bottom of my heart, stay well, treat yourself well, and treat your skin well. And skin, even when it's cloudy, you need to put your SPF. And go back, because I did give some tips here about, oh, actually I'm gonna do it again. Peptide-rich defense. I have this attached to my body. This is why, if you have a scar, why the color is different? Because when you have a scar, your skin that that you just cut it, your body immediately send like an army of collagen and elastin, and they start to work it out. And if you let sun goes there, that's when things get a little different. That's why I already love this product, so I love it even more now. Thank you so much, guys. Have an amazing night, and I see you all very soon.